All right, what's up guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. As you guys well know right now, some of you guys on the East Coast and abroad in the United States, we are having a Arctic blast, another one. Supposedly two storms, winter storms are hitting the United States this week. Out here in Houston, Texas, it's quite cold. And went to pump gas this morning and my fingers almost fell off. So I couldn't wait to get back here and heat things up. And speaking of heat things up, I'm about to tell you a tragic tale that happened out there in Hialeah Gardens, Florida. Shout out Hialeah Gardens. Now, guys, this story right here happened February 1st. And it's involving a man who they're not showing, but I'll show what he did. This right here. This car you see on fire was done intentionally. And it was done by a man named Ruiz Mestre, age 50. Now, what a lot of people don't know is inside that car is his wife, who he intentionally set on fire while she was inside the vehicle, and she thus lost her life. I don't know what it is about people where, you know, there's always been disagreements between human beings, whether it's man or woman or whatever. But for some odd reason, nowadays, this level of violence and just evil acts of vengeance are on a whole new level. There's always an out when you're dealing with somebody with an argument. You don't have to prove your point to anybody, you know, whether they're your wife or whatever. And the thing that's crazy is, like, you know, sometimes you got to give people their space, and instead of trying to argue your point or beat on them or just threaten them, it's not necessary, and it damn sure ain't worth it. Take a look at this story and we're gonna come back and talk about this. This is truly savage.
Caught on camera, a deadly explosion in Hialeah Gardens. Police say a man set a car on fire with his spouse inside. Local 10's crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Hialeah Gardens tonight with more on this shocking video. Bridget.
And it really is just so horrific. We're told here by neighbors that they heard an explosion and they came outside to see a car set on fire. And all of this was caught on camera. Horrific cell phone video shows a car engulfed in flames in Hialeah Gardens. Police say a man set his car on fire with his spouse inside. Neighbors like Miguel Hernandez say an explosion woke him out of his sleep.
We heard too many explosions, some screams.
Nearby home surveillance video captures the explosion. Hernandez says he heard screams as the victim was being burned alive.
Oh yeah, it was loud.
It happened February 1st, just after 6 in the morning off Northwest 114th Terrace in Hialeah Gardens. Investigators say the couple got into a fight and the victim tried getting out of the car before it was intentionally set on fire with some sort of explosive device. Miami-Dade fire crews found the victim in the front passenger seat dead and burned beyond recognition. Police say the suspect, Noel Ruizmore, called 911 after stabbing himself in the stomach multiple times. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and also suffered burns from the explosion. The suspect is facing several charges, including second-degree murder and arson. As far as the victim's concerned, they have not been identified. For now, we're live in Hialeah Gardens. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
That's the story, and this woman, whoever she is, may she rest in peace. That's a horrible way to go, especially from somebody that said, I do, and I love you at one time or another. I don't know what's more tragic, what happened to her or who did it to her. You see what I'm saying? When we get married and stuff like that, as men, you know, women submit to you to follow your leadership and, you know, let you be the God of both your life and their life as they try to enhance you to doing great things out here. And to have it come to this is always, always heartbreaking. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This whole situation, I want you to pay attention. I don't know if mental illness or anything was played the part in it. Nowadays, that's like the ongoing topic. But what he did was crazy as hell and stupid. But then again, you never know how men act or women act when it comes to affairs of the heart, when one person feels as though they're not being heard or seen, whatever. I don't know what caused this. But I mean, it was enough for this guy to lose his shit and firebomb the car while she was trying to get out. That's how she got burned up. She was opening the door. I'm looking at the article, and he threw something that was on fire, an accelerant, and it just blew her up. Said she was still in the car. Then when he realized how bad it was, what do they always do when they about to get caught? Stab itself multiple times or harm themselves, and then what? Boop, boop. Let me get on the phone. Call 911. Come on. Come on. This shouldn't have happened. Whatever happened walking away? I say that all the time. Whatever happened walking away? Sometimes people need their space. You know what I mean? I'm one of them people where I'm not going to lose my sanity or my freedom over no woman. That's me. From my experience, and trust me, I done had some juggernaut type chicks want to fight on you and all this stuff when they don't get their way, like perpetuate children. Throw a tantrum, want to fight. Okay, you know what? I'm done. And you know, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm out. That's me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it's not that easy. I don't know the backstory to this, to what led him to set this woman on fire intentionally. But I do know, I mean, come on, man, it should never even come to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially as men, when we supposed to lead and look at things in life like, you know, man, I don't even know what to say. I don't. But I will, let me say this real fast before I get out of here. And this is not a joke. This is just for people that are really, really religious. If people believe in heaven and hell, right? And hell is a place of eternal hellfire, and you burn to damnation and all this stuff. What happens to people that die like this? Do they still go to the hellfire after experiencing it on earth? Something to think about. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to make a mockery of nobody, so I don't want to hear that in my comment sections. But it's this thing. That's a horrible way to go. This man set her on fire like she was a like she was a witch in the Salem witch hunt. What you think about that? How evil are you? And at any given time, you didn't have to like that shit and you didn't have to throw it on her. So what did she do that made you so damn mad that you was like, okay, I'm gonna send her into the towering inferno, stab myself in the stomach, and then I'm gonna call the cops. He stabbed himself in the stomach several times. Something got to be wrong with him. I mean, shit, we know that. But I mean, come on. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I always told myself, and this is one of the codes I live by and still do to this day. I've been saying this since I was in my early 20s. If I ever have a feeling that I want to hit a woman, if I feel as though I want to hit you or hurt you, then I don't need you. I'll remove myself out of that equation. You know what I'm saying? Just for my sanity and freedom. And a lot of other people need to be doing that stuff out here too, whether you're a man or a woman. But sometimes the hardest thing to do is get away from somebody that does shit like this to prove a point. And that's the part, that's the hang up. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.